This was one of the most successful groups throughout the disco era. This group was definitely a manufactured novelty act in a genre that has produced many. However, no other disco novelty act has achieved the same level of public popularity as this group. The centerpiece of today's video is all about the Village People. Now, if you guys love my videos and love supporting me, then I suggest you become a member of the channel where I will be releasing exclusive videos just for you all. Be sure to get that family tier so you won't miss out on these exclusive perks. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. This story begins with French musical composer and producer Jacques Morley or Morali and his business partner Henri Bololo. The duo was known collectively as Can't Stop Productions. They was enjoying a string full of successful hits in France and Europe. In 1977, they relocated to New York City to try to break into the American market. Morley or Morali had created a few dance songs when he received a demo from singer and actor Victor Willis. Phil Hurt and Peter Whitehead composed the song for the debut album, with Willis taking up writing responsibilities for the group's back songs in 1978. Horace Ault directed Gypsy Lane, which was the Village People's studio band. Morali approached Willis after engaging him to provide backing vocals for the 4 tracks, stating, "I had a dream that you sang lead on my album and it went very, very big." After telling Willis this, he was on board and he decided to perform on the inaugural album of the Village People. The album became a worldwide success and the demand for live performances quickly followed. Morali quickly gathered a group of dancers to surround Willis while they performed at clubs and movies. The group was formed with the intention of appealing to the disco homosexuality audience by using famous gay fantasy stereotypes in a lighter heart manner. They casted physically suitable non-singers to play the roles of a cowboy, construction worker, biker, soldier, and Native American. When it was time to fill the positions, they hired Felipe Rose, Alice Burley, Mark Musler, Dave Forrest, Lee MOTOWN, and Peter Whitehead. Now, these was the initial members who was featured on American Bandstand and in the video for the group's debut single, San Francisco. When record sales skyrocketed, Morali and Willis saw the need for a permanent group. They placed an ad in the Theater Trade publication that stated, "Macho Times Wanted, must dance and have a mustache." Hundreds of people responded to the ad, but the ones who landed the job was Glenn Hughes, who was the new letterman, Randy Jones, who was a new cowboy, and David Hadou, who was a new construction worker. With the official lineup in place, the group conducted a fast picture section for the cover of the already recorded Macho Man album. The album's title tune launched the group into mainstream, along with their song YMCA that was from their 3rd album, Cruising. Now, this song became one of the most successful songs of the 1970s, and is still considered a classic going into the 21st century. In 1979, the United States Navy explored utilizing the song in the Navy in the television and radio recruiting drive. Bololo allowed the Navy to use the song. In return, the Navy provided access to the San Diego Navy base. The song in the Navy was also used in television series such as The Love Boat and Married with Children, also in the 1969 comedy film Down Periscope. The group's contemporary fame peaked in 1979 with the 3-month North American tour, also with several appearances on the Merv Griffin Show. Follow up with American Bandstand and performing with Bob Hope to entertain the U.S. troops. That was also featured on the cover of Rolling Stone on April 19, 1979. Willis departed the group in August of 1979 while working on a planned musical film, Discoland Where the Music Never Ends, which was later retitled Can't Stop the Music. He was replaced by Ray Simpson, who was Valerie Simpson's brother. Ray had previously performed background vocals for the group on their 1979 tour. By the end of that year, it saw the publication of the album Live and Sleazy. In June of 1980, the film Can't Stop the Music was released. The movie fell at the box office all except for Australia. By the time the movie released, the popularity of disco was on a decline. At the very first Golden Raspberry Awards, which is given to the worst movie of that year, this film won 2 Razzie Awards for Worst Picture and Worst Screenplay, and was also nominated in nearly every category. Although the title song was huge in the club, it was monitored on the radio. Now, the title song was nominated for the Razzie Award for Worst Original Song, and it failed to meet sales predictions. The song never achieved any gold status, nor did the album. The soundtrack also included David London, who went on to become the lead vocalist of the rock band Toto. The group also traveled to Australia and Japan to promote the film. The group featured on the November 22nd, 1980 episode of The Love Boat, and at the end of the 80s, Jeff Olsten joined the group as the new cowboy. With the new wave of music gaining popularity over disco in 1981, Morali and Balolo removed the iconic characters to rebrand the Village People with the new influenced style of the new romantic movement, and they released the album Renaissance. The album received little, if any, notice, although it did generate the group's first hit in Italy with 5 o'clock in the morning. Willis temporarily rejoined the group in late 1981 to write and record the album Fox on the Box, which was released in Europe and Japan in 1982 and in the United States in 1983 under the name In the Street. David and Ray Simpson quit the group in 1982, and they was replaced by Mark Lee and Miles J, respectively. Their following album, Sex on the Phone, was not a major success, but it did sell better than the Renaissance album. The BBC prohibited the title song, which was published as a single due to the subject matter. Despite this, the song did peak at number 59 on the UK charts. Ray Steffens, another new lead singer, contributed to that record. It was the group's final album with new material until A Village People Christmas that was released in 2018. Pi Douglas replaced Steffens for some of the group's live appearances in 1985, and he appeared in both promotional videos for the group. The group thereafter went on hiatus. The group reformed in 1987 with the lineup of Randy Jones, David Hodo, Felipe Rose, Glenn Hughes, Alice Briley, and Ray Simpson. And they founded a company that administrated the group's business and had the permission to use the group's name and its characters until 2017. At the beginning of the 21st century, this version of the Village People released 2 singles, Gumbliana and Love Ship 2001, under the name Amazing Vipers. Later in the 2000s, the Village People continued to make appearances worldwide. On September 12, 2008, the Village People received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In May of 2012, Willis won a landmark ruling in the first case hearing regarding of the Copyright Act of 1976, which allowed recording artists and writers to reclaim their masters' recordings and publishing rights, and initially granted to record companies and publishers after 35 years. He recaptured the copyrights including YMCA, Go West, Magic Night, Milkshake, and In the Navy. Willis also sought to reclaim his 33% ownership of the songs he co-wrote. Victor Willis and Can't Stop Productions reached an agreement in 2017 following years of legal disputes over payments and composition credits. As a result, Willis obtained a license to use the name and characters of the Village People and returned as lead singer with a new group of backing singers. While the former members of the Village People who was using the name, they had a license revoked. Rose, who was an original member, debuted his solo career song titled Going Back to My Roots, which won Best Dance Record at the 2018 Native American Music Awards. Willis and the Village People was announced in January of 2025 as performers for the Turning Point USA inaugural event in honor of Trump's second inauguration. The Village People sang YMCA during Trump's Make America Great Again victory rally. Now, along the way, we have lost a few members, including founder Jacquees Morali, who passed of complications related to AIDS on November 15th, 1991. Glenn Hughes passed away of lung cancer in New York on March 4th, 2001. The group's co-creator, Henry Bololo, passed away on August 3rd, 2019 at the age of 82. And Mark Lee, who was the former construction worker between the years of 1982 and 1985, passed away in April of 2021. Before I go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by the Village People?